right, everybody, welcome back to Double Barrel Action. Brady and Owen back with you again. Owen, how you doing?
Good. And your little pause there to start kind of threw me off. I was like looking at you, like I was ready.
Sorry, I was trying to not swallow directly into the microphone.
Fair, fair.
Yeah, I don't think people actually want to hear that. So,
How you doing though?
well, spring breaks next week. We're
I know.
really gonna look forward to it. It needs to come now. So,
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready for the semester to be over with, but spring break's nice to think about.
I'm ready for summer nights at Fifth Third Field, baby. I'm ready,
I'm ready for opening weekend. I this
dude.
month
Same.
there's baseball this month.
I know, bro. Are you gonna be at all three games?
So the opening day, I'm at the Hens, and then I have to go to the Walleye game. April 1st, I'm at the Hens all day because I'm gonna be at guest services all day. And then the second, I'll be at the Hens and the Walleye game.
So, are you going to watch the game on the first then, or are you just?
Yeah, I'll be there the whole time. Like I'm not going to the Walleye game. I'm just gonna be there watching the whole time.
Oh no, I meant like, are you going to watch the Walleye game afterwards?
It just depends on how long the Mud Hens game takes, because obviously baseball takes a lot longer. I mean, well, with these new rules, I mean, who knows? We could be done a lot sooner because
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm gonna look what time both games are because
Uh,
if there's still
the Mud
time
Hens start 3 hours before the Walleye do. So a lot of
on
times
that.
we'll hit the 2.5 hour mark, and then we'll just finish up what we're doing. And we'll zip over to Walleye. But yeah, Amanda said that I could get a ticket or two for all the Walleye games since I'll be there all opening weekend. So
Possibly. We'll see. I mean, yeah, because Hens game's at 4 and the Walleyes at 7. So, I mean, who
yeah,
knows? Might as well.
yeah, I'll already be there. I'll have nothing else to do. So
Oh, yeah. I'm excited. I'm so ready. That opening weekend's going to be insane.
hell yeah,
All
nothing
right.
better than
You want
baseball,
to dive
baby.
right into these for the 6 topics I got today?
The
Trying to
lead
get you
off,
going.
the lead off brought to you by Owen.
We'll start with the first one. The first, I mean, I don't want to get into all the big ones right away, but the first one I came up with that I found that I thought was kind of interesting. I didn't want to bring up the whole Joey Votto thing. That thing is just weird. I don't know if you saw that, but I just think that's
Yeah,
weird.
I did see that.
I don't want to write this down because I don't want to have a conversation about it just because my only take on it is just it's weird. But I mean, I don't even know. Don't know what to say about it. It's Joey Votto. He's a character, and that's not one of them.
Yeah.
My first thing is I saw Jackie Bradley Jr. signing a minor league deal with the Royals.
Um, I mean, the Royals just kind of trying to find depth wherever they can get it. I'm not really surprised Jackie Bradley Jr. signed a minor league deal. I kind of figured he would. That means we might get to see him when Omaha's in town. Just kind of depends. I don't even know when that is for sure.
I mean, do you think he
But
breaks camp? As that's the question is, do you think he breaks camp? Because I mean, he's
uh,
a major league player, and I mean, they're not set in stone with Drew Waters in center field.
let's just
Let's
Brew
be
Waters
real.
on the injured list. We talked about this last time.
So
Um,
Jackie Bradley Jr.
oh, I know that's why they picked him up. Right now, I mean, they have a lot of utility players that are more likely to break to play outfield. I mean, guys like Kyle Isbell, Nate Eaton, maybe even somebody like Brewer Hicklin is probably more likely to break camp just because. Oh, or even Nick Prado, because Nick Prado can play corner outfield if you
Yeah.
shift somebody over. I mean, yeah, I'd love to see Jackie Bradley Jr. in the big leagues again, but I just think it's more likely, especially with where the Royals are at right now as a franchise, that the younger guys break.
Hmm. Do you want to go next one? You want to go kind of a my surprise one, or do you want to go one of the bigger ones right now?
I want to hear your surprise one.
So I'm not sure if you remember this guy, but I saw his name and it kind of shocked me. Richie Martin,
I
the
do
Rule
remember
5
Richie Martin.
draft, it's like
Yep.
a couple years ago. So he's on the Reds right now. And in spring training, he's at 7 at bats. He's batting 571, 1 home run, 6 RBIs, and 3 stolen bases.
I actually
Do you,
watched his home run on TV.
do you think he breaks camp? And do you think being on the Reds, he could have a better year just because that's an offensive part? That's the hitting part.
I mean,
I
like
mean,
let
these
me pull
numbers
up.
are 7 at bats. I'll give him that. It's only 7 at bats, but it's
Yeah,
still impressive.
I know what you mean. Um, I mean, he's battling for a bench spot right now. I mean, I know that shortstop they picked up Kevin Newman from the Pirates, so he's gonna get the bulk of the at bats at least early on. Chad Pinder can play shortstop. Spencer Steer can play shortstop. They've got a number of different guys that can play shortstop. So, I mean, Richie Martin's just kind of battling to even make the club, especially because both Jose Barrero and Ellie De La Cruz are already on the 40-man roster. And both of those guys right there will probably get a chance before Richie Martin does.
Richie Martin to the Tigers, baby.
You say so.
My next one is just kind of your opinion on if you think it's because Tampa Bay Rays are going to be without Glass now for 6 to 8 weeks.
Oh, I saw that.
So looking at it, it's like he's only going to miss like probably if so 3 weeks when the regular season starts, give or take. But I mean that's to start the season, and who knows how he'll come back rehabbing. If this does turn out worse, how do you think the Rays handle it, and do you think it's a big issue if he's out?
Um, well, at least for them, it's an oblique issue. Hang on, let me make sure I'm not crazy. Um, I'm trying to remember where your oblique is because I want to say it's in your leg, but I'm kind of stupid with anatomy.
I'm not
Oh,
sure.
it's an ab muscle. It's an ab muscle. So yeah, definitely lucky that it's not an arm injury, considering
Yeah.
Glasnow came back in September from Tommy John and only pitched like 3 games and the end of the regular season and postseason. Um, I mean, yeah, obliques are injuries that either like are fine really fast or they take months to come back from.
Yeah.
Especially,
So
oh, excuse me, especially with the way Glass now has been health wise in the last couple of years. I mean, I'm frankly worried about it because the Rays could be a team that finally falls off after years of somehow sneaking their way into winning seasons. And I mean, I think they just extended Glass now a little bit, but at the same time, like if you're tanking, uh, you're gonna want to move on and try to get something decent out of him. I'm gonna look at this, see if I can find it. Okay, so he is on a 2-year deal through next year, but he's making $15 million. And I mean, if the Rays are bad, it wouldn't surprise me if they try to trade him because he's 29 and a half. So if he can get healthy and pitches well, I mean, the Rays are always looking for more value.
all right. So going into my next topic, because I like you said, I mean the whole trading glass now could be a thing, but I mean then again, Tampa has a good rotation anyway. They kind of underrated
Yeah.
rotation. But going into the next one, injury related wise, the Dodgers are losing their starting shortstop Gavin Lux for the year, the torn ACL. Richie Martin could be there if he's a dog. Come on, give Richie Martin a shot.
When did this love affair between you and Richie Martin start? This
Well,
is not one
I'm a
I'm familiar with.
huge fan of Rule 5 picks. And I always hope they do well. Like when Victor Reyes was a Tiger, I was always rooting for him. I'm still going to root for him. But I like to see the
That's fair.
underdog. Can I like to say, I don't want to use the word underdog, but Rule 5 picks are underdogs. I mean, if you
Yeah,
really think
I
about it,
agree.
and Rich, I don't know why I remember his name so much because he was in the Athletics, and then Baltimore claimed him, and I remember he's just bounced around all over the league. And Richie Martin, I if he's posting these numbers up now and he continues this spring, and if the Reds don't want him, I mean the Dodgers, starting shortstop. I mean they could probably they have stuff within their system they could switch over, but
Yeah. I mean, I think the could do a number of different things. It just really depends on how they want to go about with their roster construction for this year. Because obviously in-house Miguel Rojas, who they picked up to be a utility guy, he can bump back into the starting lineup, play shortstop.
he
Like I've
probably
got
will be
Hernandez
that
on the
guy.
bench. He can play shortstop. Chris Taylor can play shortstop. They just probably won't play him at shortstop unless they have to. I mean, minors wise, yeah, they have a D. Leonard, like not the world's greatest option, but like if they wanted to go outside, I mean, Ahmed Rosario is a free agent after the year. Um, I mean, knowing, I mean,
Boy,
I really like Ahmed, but it wouldn't surprise me if the Dodgers come calling because I don't like the three guys that I could see most likely getting moved at the shortstop spot, especially to the team like the Dodgers. I do think Ahmed is the best one, so I think he would be the leading candidate for a trade. Given the Guardians' middle infield depth, I definitely think it's plausible. Another guy that I definitely think could get moved. I mean, it might be less likely because in division. I do think the Diamondbacks could move on from Nick Ahmed. He's kind of falling off a little bit. He's a free agent after this season. It's last year on his contract. He's only making $8 million, so that is something the Dodgers can afford definitely. And then the last one is Paul DeYoung because the Cardinals have just a glutton of rock solid hitting players. I mean, in DeYoung's the bench, he's 29, put up a good showing his first year or two. He's a free agent after this year, and he's got two club options. So if he plays really well, the Dodgers could keep him, and he's another righty bat. The team Dodgers typically are a team with a bunch of lefty bats. I think it kind of flipped after free agency, but I mean, yeah, any of those three guys could really fill that hole.
I mean, your honest opinion on Gavin Lux, do you think it's a big loss for that team? Do you think he's
Um, I mean, I definitely think it's a loss for the Dodgers. I think it's a bigger blow to Lux himself because when Lux was first coming up, he was a big touted shortstop prospect. He
yeah.
played. I got to watch him play in the Futures game in Cleveland. At least I'm pretty sure he was in there. But I mean, lefty bat can hit all around, can run. Is a really solid all around young player, and those ACL tears really hard to come back from,
Yeah.
especially especially at a position like shortstop or second base that does a lot of moving around. Like, I mean, I know they played him in the outfield some last year, kind of gave him some flexibility, especially with that team because they had Trey Turner. But yeah, I definitely think it's a loss, especially for Lux's development. So, it'll definitely just be kind of interesting to see how the Dodgers and Lux go about the rehab process and what they want to do with him when he comes back.
Yeah, I saw he was very emotional about the whole because it was his moment. Take that shortstop position. I know he was emotional about that. Going
Yeah, I
off,
mean, I saw the clip of it too, and
yeah,
like I knew it said that like, oh, Gavin Lux suffered a knee injury, but I hadn't seen the clip yet. And I watched the clip and I was like, oh, he's done. He shredded his knee. He's done.
yeah, when he was just running to third base, and then that whole you knew it was a lot worse, especially seeing the amount of pain he was in. So, but the next, okay, on a lighter note, kind of for me, a lighter note for you, I don't know, because it's might ruin your prediction. Manny Machado gets extended. He ain't gonna opt out.
Yeah, that did ruin my prediction, but I'm not gonna change my MVP pick. I still think Manny Machado will go out there tear it up this year. Baseball's newest $350 million man. Um, I don't understand where the Padres are getting all this money from. Like Steve Cohen makes sense, but Peter Sadler, I don't know where the heck you're getting it from, but feel free to share. Um, yeah, I still think Manny's gonna go out there with MVP. I'm just more trying to figure out when and how they're gonna pay Soto.
And they also want Otani. So
So does everybody else. I still convinced he'll be a Met or a Dodger. I think that's why the Dodgers didn't spend big this one. I think they're
that's
saving up for Otani.
that's what I was thinking too. Because I think they'll probably try to get rid of Kershaw at that point. Like if they need the extra money.
On I think if they need if even then I think if they need the extra money, I think Kershaw would take the hometown discount just to try to win another ring.
Yeah. All right. Last big topic. So I don't know why I thought of this one. This one just kind of hit me just because we both relate to it. So I predicted. my start of the season Toledo Mud Hens starting rotation. I'm gonna give mine, and then I want to see if you'll change it up. But it's just how I'm gonna go with it. So you ready?
Yeah, let me get to the Tigers here so I can. Yeah, you can go. You can go ahead. I'm already
Opening
there.
day, I think it's gonna be Joey Wentz. The reason why is just because if you look at how the starting rotation is, and then like the bullpen, the Tigers should not force their surplus of starters into the bullpen. I'm sorry, don't do it. But I will give a hint. Alex Fido is going to be in the bullpen. Joey Wentz will be the Mud Hens opening day starter because I think they want to give him the innings down in AAA that he deserves. Day two, Garrett Hill. He's the two man. Three, Bo Brisky. Four, Wilmer Flores. And five, Austin Burke.
Okay.
Oh, you're not liking that?
I definitely agree with Wentz. I actually believe Wentz is the ace of the Toledo staff, at least to start the year.
Oh, you think
Um,
all mine is just done?
no,
Wow.
no, no. Let me keep going. Um, I think Garrett Hill. Um, I think he's in the bullpen regardless, whether he's in Detroit or Toledo, because I think they liked him in that long relief role, like a long relief emergency starter role. I think he'll kind of be like a Drew Hutchison, where he can flex back and forth. Um, Especially because I mean the Tigers bullpen I think was the one thing that did stay healthy last year for the most part, which means I mean you really just never know, especially with guys like Cisnero. Um, I mean there's real technically two open spots in that bullpen. Um, that as much as I like Whistler and Shreve, I don't think Whistler or Shreve will probably fill those spots. I think Ronnie Garcia and Garrett Hill will still have first pickings. Fido, I really like the Fido to the Detroit bullpen or even the Toledo bullpen, given all of his injuries. Like, yeah, he's pitching well, but if you can shorten the arm or not the arm, but like shorten the innings and pick up the velo, I think Fido could be a really, really good reliever at
Yeah.
any level. I would, and on that note, because you had Garrett Hill too, I would bump Bobrisky up to two. Um, I'd move Flores up to three. Ooh, I forgot one. Who was your five?
Bergner. Wilmer Flores, I think I find interesting because all the hype around him I would want to put him at 1 and 2, but like I was saying, how the surplus of depth at starting pitcher, and you don't want to, because obviously they don't want to be moved to their bullpen. I know they want to be in the majors, but that's the best part about Detroit. Now you have depth at starting pitcher. Like you just bump all those guys down, let them get innings down in Toledo. But
Yeah. Um, I mean, I think I'd put Reese Olson in there at the four spot, and then I would still round it out with Bergner. But I mean, I've been keeping up with the Tiger spring training just to make sure like if we could talk about this. I
make sure
mean,
we're not scary enough for the Guardians. Yeah,
no, to keep Toledo watch. I mean, I think Zach Logan and Adam Wolf have both done a decent enough shot to or job in spring training, at least to maybe get a
yeah.
chance. Adam Wolf,
I mean, there's been
especially,
a lot
he's
of
like he
guys.
looks good.
There's been a lot of guys because I have been paying attention to, but obviously 'cause I'm a Tigers fan, but mainly because the Hens. Because remember our first game, I mean, most of the names that were popping up, like I was like, oh, these guys could be in Toledo this year, like Parker Meadows and Lipsy has had a good, I think he had an RBJ double, I think what
He
it
had a
was.
home run in the first game.
Yeah, I was like, these are Mud Hens. That's what I was getting hyped about. I was talking about that the last
Lefties and
walleye
Meadows
game.
both did.
I was like, man, Mud Hens might be scary this year.
I mean, Lefties and Meadows both had home runs first day, and I remember texting you. I was like, "See, I told you."
I know I saw it last minute because that was like the weekend I was working like crazy. All right, now I want to
I'm
go to
telling you,
this
man.
Instagram.
I think they could break. I think they could break camp. Oh, and before we leave this things like the lead off things. So you mentioned Richie Martin. Have you seen Roman Quinn's stats?
I honestly was gonna bring that up because I want to know your opinion on it. But I was thinking in my head, I'm like, because he's an outfielder, correct?
Yes.
I was looking at it and I'm like, don't you guys already have a stacked outfield? Where would he slide in
Yes
there?
and no. I mean,
I mean, he'd be a bench player.
I still don't think he makes big league rosters just because we'd have to clear off a 40-man spot. And we already might have to do that for backup catcher anyway. I mean, Miles Straw really had his first down year, so I'd like to apologize. I had a fake fan moment last episode. I said Miles Straw was like a career 210 hitter. Last year was he hit like 220, and that was his first like below 260 year in a while. So my apologies, Miles Straw. But Roman Quinn, I mean, switch hitter, super fast. Eight career home runs, and then has three in two spring training games. So it's really surprising to me because like I've known the name Roman Quinn for most of his career, but then when watching it, I was like, who and where and why? But yeah, I mean, I think he'll break with Columbus, but I mean, I just like the story of it. I like Roman Quinn as a player.
Yeah. I Before we go on, hold up. How about them Toledo Walleye? Franchise history, 11 wins in a row.
Oh, did they win?
Yeah.
I don't like. Did they play today? I don't think I realized that.
Yeah, they played Fort Wayne.
Ah, K-Rex 4-wing. Um, yeah. I mean,
Sorry, that's so
like,
off top. Not even
no, it's
baseball, but
okay. I'm gonna build on that. I mean, like, I wasn't technically a part of it this year, but like, I was at the 10th win. That technically, wait. So it was 11 the breaker?
yeah, 11 is the
Okay.
breaker.
So I mean, I was technically at the record, the streak tying game, which was super exciting. Had a
I've been
great
at every
time.
single one, Brady.
I know you have. I'm like I mean, I've worked for the Mudhens one, so it's not quite the same feeling, but I mean, I'm still part of the general vicinity of organizations in
You
Toledo,
are.
so
You're part of
I'm
the
still very
organization.
excited for it.
Hey, I truly believe I'm last comment before we get back into baseball. I truly do think this team is truly special in Toledo this year. Mud Hens are going to be nasty. The Walleye, Kelly Cup Finals champions, 2023. Mark my words.
Hot take. Hot take. Ready for this hot take?
They are so good right now. The boys are buzzing.
Toledo. Toledo will walk away with two championships this year.
The thing about the Hens winning
Flaming
and
hot
all,
take.
I think they're good, but toward the end of the year, I think that's when they're just going to start calling everyone up who's good in Toledo.
I mean, yeah, but at the same
That's the worst
time,
part.
knowing how many solid prospects there are still in Double A, I mean,
Yeah,
cut off one, had two more go in its place. Like
yeah.
the
All right,
Tiger system is kind of deep.
you ready for this Instagram post I found?
Oh, I would love to. And then you said it's not Joey Votto, so I actually don't know what it is.
All right, so I told you we were doing three teams. Your team, my team, and the Athletics, because what they put for the Athletics was just funny. All right, so for strengths, what should those three teams you want to start with?
Let's start with the Guardians. We'll go in alphabetical order by city.
All right, the Guardians' strength on the. This is an Instagram post, people.
Okay, well, hang on. So who made the post first?
Uh, it's called the worst MLB.
All right, as long as it's not Bleacher Report.
No, it's just the strength of the Guardians is pitching and contact hitters.
That sounds right.
The strength of the Detroit Tigers, a sneaky, decent bullpen.
Yeah, I can see it.
For the Oakland Athletics, they put there's got to be something. Literally is what it says. I was like, hmm. All right, now
I
weakness.
mean, the Athletics' biggest strength is searching for land plots in Vegas right now. So
Yeah. All right, now weaknesses. Guardians, power in the outfield and the
yeah,
middle infield.
I mean, I think Jimenez will pop off more this year. I think he's starting to find his swing. So
I
I
don't even
mean,
think he
that'll
was
pick up a little
bad.
bit.
But,
No, I just think he'll find his power stroke more for sure.
I have middle infield because I mean Rosario and Jimenez. They're
Rosario's
both
never been
decent.
like a super power hitter, but he
Yeah.
definitely picked up last year as well.
And then the Tigers is youngsters failing expectation. Which,
That sounds right.
yeah, but
That was a big issue
it
last year.
says 2023 is this post. That was 2022. So Are they saying it's gonna happen again? I was like, man, that's if this
For your
happens,
sake, I hope not.
for
I
my
do not
mental
want to.
health.
I do not want to be in the press box with some of y'all if that is the case again.
Well, at least for the Oakland Athletics, because this one says their weakness is a team full of nobodies and rejects, which
Hey,
I
that doesn't
wouldn't
mean
call
that
them.
YouTube star Trevor May.
I wouldn't use the word rejects, but and to clarify in the word nobodies, I mean there are a lot of their prospects will be there this year, but they went for the throat for Oakland. They showed no mercy
I
at all.
mean, I don't even know with Oakland, man. Just like, I mean, looking at it, they've got veterans like Laureano, Seth Brown, and Aguilar who could all maybe bring them back pieces. They've got youngsters to be excited about. Esther
Yeah.
Ruiz had like 97,000 stolen bases last year. I think the actual number was like 84 stolen bases last year, which is like, yeah, it's the minor leagues, but you have to remember bigger bases and the pitch clock now are both in the big leagues. So, I mean, there was a lot of stolen bases last year. And I think guys like Esther Ruiz, CJ Abrams, I think guys like that who played with the pitch clock some last year and could swipe the bags, gonna just dominate this year. And I mean, they've got like Blade and Langeliers too. Um, I'm hoping for
Pache.
the sake of Christian Pache that he'll bounce back, but
Yeah.
I still think the Royals got the better outfield prospect from the Braves.
Fair. I mean, I I saw the post and I started laughing, mainly because of what they put for Oakland. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna say this and then read it to you on here just because I want your opinion on it. But you know what? I mean, people want to say what they want about the Tigers, but that year the Tigers, like, to take the key, turn the car on, that broken car, and it started working again. They were gonna be
Oh yeah,
scared to play the Detroit Tigers.
the classic Chevy that sits there and doesn't do anything for about 40 years.
Now you just wait because the Detroit Tigers are coming back, maybe. Maybe not this year. Maybe not next year. Hopefully the year after that.
So are you the Cleveland Browns or the Orlando Magic?
You just, you know what? Because you're a bozo and how you wanted to end that last thing. We're just gonna go right into these top 10 at each position.
I don't even remember how we ended the last one.
We ended it. Um, the way we ended it,
Oh, well, we were talking about Oakland, right?
yeah, because you said you are thinking about becoming an Oakland Athletics fan.
I never said that. Take the tape. Check the tapes.
Not what you just texted me. So,
False.
all right. So now, top 10 for this year at each position. All right. Got it? Friendo? Capiche?
Yes, sir.
All right. You want to start with catcher?
I would love to start with catchers.
Because I went from catcher and then we'll go on from there. So you want to go from 10 to 1 then?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Who's your number 10 at catcher?
All right, so my number 10 at catcher is going to be Jose Trevino. He was an all-star last year. I mean, he
I mean,
proves
I'm
he can
not,
hit, at least in
not bad,
Yankee
not bad.
Stadium anyway. I mean, he's one of the best defenders in the league. He won the Platinum Glove, which should have been Andres Jimenez's, but or Stephen Kwan's, but we're not holding any salt over that at all.
Oh, I,
Trevino definitely showed improvements last year after moving to the Yankees.
I did not put him on my list at all.
Well, he barely got on my list, so
My number 10 is Jonah Heim.
I like Jonah Heim. He
Switch
made
him
my
in
list.
catcher. I think he has a big year with how the Rangers are supposed to be. Man, bless you. Come on. From a serious conversation, you want to do that to me right now?
Sorry. Um, Time. Ah,
Oh Lord, Brady's having a meltdown. He's broken.
Brady's been broken.
The toilet paper?
Yeah.
No tissues.
No, and I refuse to use paper towels.
This better stay in the
This is
Dang,
not
dude.
staying in. We're
We
not
ain't
staying in.
cutting this. Jonah Heim is my number 10, baby.
So Jonah Heim was actually my number 9.
All right. My number 9 is William Contreras.
Okay, okay.
I think he's going to get the majority in Milwaukee, and I think he might have a monster year. So, my personal opinion. Who's your number
So
8?
because we didn't do DHs, because I didn't think there was enough like solid set. Plus this guy still wants to catch a lot. I think as long as he stays healthy, I think he can. I'm gonna go Sal Perez at 8.
Sure, I thought I forgot to put Sally on my list. I'm like, uh-oh. Now he's on my list, but he's not number 8. My number 8 is Tyler Stevenson of the Cincinnati Reds.
Ooh, that's a good one. He was definitely 11 for me. He was right there on the
I
bubble.
I mean, before he got hurt, I thought he was a dog, and I really do think he's going to come back and be a dog.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, who's your number 7?
My number 7 is gonna be Cal Raleigh.
We have not had a single one. Mine is Alejandro Kirk.
I've got Kirk a little bit higher.
I put him at 7. I think he's a dog, but I think with split playing time, I don't know how. I mean, he
Um,
could play. It's iffy. It's iffy. I know they got rid of Moreno, but they still have. I don't know. I literally just looked at his name,
they still have Danny Jansen, but I'm
Danny
trying to remember
Jansen.
if they got a. Oh shoot! They signed Brandon Belt. Yeah, I guess it could be split playing time. But I
Don't they
mean,
have
as far
Dalton
as I was
Varsho
aware,
too? Well,
yes, but
Varsho could play outfield.
Varsho's an outfielder. He barely counts as a catcher.
I mean, he's caught, but he'll.
Well, yeah, but like it's like Fangraphs has Varsho ranked as the sixth best catcher and or projected to be the sixth best catcher of WAR this year. And he doesn't catch anymore.
All right, you're number 6.
So my number 6 is actually Alejandro Kirk.
There.
Um,
Mine
yeah,
is Sean Murphy. It's tough because I was like, I won't lie. Travis d'Arnaud is not on my list at all. And that was tough to not do. But I think Sean Murphy was good when he was in Oakland. I honestly think that the Braves, after that trade they made, he should get majority of the playing time. But
yeah,
but I think you'll have a monster year being in a decent offense, not being at Oakland.
yeah, I agree.
All right, who's your number 5?
My number 5 is Sean Murphy.
Mine is Salvador Perez. I think
Okay.
he comes back and is a dog. MJ Melendez will move to the left field, and Salvi will be a dog. I mean, like you said about the whole DH thing, he could be, but as of now, he's still a catcher. So
Yes, yes,
I
I
think
I agree.
our top 4, I think, could be the same. I do think if we have 3 and 4, could be swapped. But who's your 4?
My 4 is Wilson Contreras,
Mine's Will Smith.
which means we flipped him then because Will Smith is my 3.
Yep, Wilson Contreras is mine too.
So the real question is who'd you put number 2?
I think you tell me who you put number 2 because the catcher you start first and I went.
Um, I do
Because
still
one,
think
one and
Adley
two
is going
should
to be.
be.
I do still think Adley is going to be number 2.
That's who's mine, and then JT Realmuto is number 1.
Fangraphs has Adley projected as the number 1 by
I saw that.
.7 WAR, but I mean,
Realmuto is a dog. I'm sorry, but
like I'm not entirely sure like what Adley's like on the bases, but like Real Muto can steal.
yeah, and I haven't seen
That's a
enough of
big
Adley.
factor for that. That's
I
true.
haven't seen enough of Adley. I think this is the make or break. Okay, not in that kind of way, but the make or break year to really kind of take the next step and progress. Because I don't want to say he's
Yes.
elite yet. Because I mean, this will be his second full year.
Uh, technically yes, because he was
So,
top 2 in Rookie of the Year. He got a full year of service time, but
so
he
this,
only came up in like July.
so we'll see. Alrighty, where do you want to go next?
First base.
All right, am I starting
We'll
first? Or
throw
do
it
you want to start
around.
first?
You start first.
Number 10. This was honestly It's really enough. I It wasn't tough, but I was like, the toughest position definitely I think I had was second because based off like I don't know where people are gonna be played. But first base, my first guy, number 10, Vinny Pasquantino. That's how you say it, from KC.
Yeah, Pascantino. Yeah, that's Vinny Pascantino is who I had at 10.
Really?
Interestingly
Wow.
enough. Yeah.
All right, number 9, I have Rowdy Tellez.
Ooh.
Oh,
At
I try to make some
nine,
interesting.
yeah, I get that. At nine, I had Anthony Rizzo. Uh, I just really like the way his bat plays in New York, honestly.
All right, 8, CJ Crone, and I won't lie, wanted to put him higher, really did because I think we talked about it last episode. You said how good he plays in Colorado. He had to be on this list, but my
Yeah.
top seven, I mean, top seven, I think I have good reason for, but CJ Crone, I think he had to be on this list.
My number eight is Ty France. Actually,
Oh,
I
that's a
just
good one.
I like the way he plays, man.
So my number seven, I almost flip flop with number six. You know what I am? I'm flip flopping 6 and 7 right now. Number seven is going to be Anthony Rizzo
Okay. Yeah.
because, like you said, I mean, I still think he's. I don't know why people are questioning the first base situation in New York. I mean, Anthony Rizzo can play first base still, and he's a
Yeah.
dog.
Exactly.
Who's your number seven?
It really pains me because like looking back at my list, Reese Hoskins was really my number 11. CJ Crone was my number 7.
I don't lie. I don't have Reese Hoskins on here at all. So,
Reese
who's
Hoskins
your,
barely missed it for me.
yeah. My number six, not sure how you're going to feel about this one, but Josh Bell. Oh, his
Man,
home run the other day. And sheesh.
oh, I'm so excited for Josh Bell. I mean, he's definitely another one of those guys like Hoskins. It's like right there on the edge of top 10.
You put him
Um,
on here?
no, I did not.
Oh,
You're gonna call me cheesy for my next one.
hit me.
Nathaniel Lau.
I won't lie. I considered him too, but I didn't want him.
He's gonna be good. I mean, he took a step up last year. He's one of the few guys that the Rangers went out to get that's actually genuinely panned out.
I mean, and honestly, the Rangers with how I mean, you get the Grom, you go into free agency, spending money to contend. You got to step up. So I think the top five are kind of gimmies. The orders might be different, but
All
I feel
right,
like we could be on the same base. Number five, I have Matt Olson.
that's where I had Matt Olson as well.
Number four, I feel like my number four is wrong just because of who you have as your MVP. But my number four is Vladdy.
My
I,
number 4 was Pete Alonso, actually.
my number three was Pete Alonso.
I actually put Freeman at 3. I'm not gonna lie.
My number two is Spencer Torres. No, I'm kidding.
I was about to say, excuse
Dude,
me.
I was like looking at it, I'm like, do I just put Torque on here? But no, my number two is Goldie.
That'd be absolutely crazy.
And my number one is Freddie.
Well, I mean, yeah, for me, Goldie was 2, and Vladdy was number 1 for obvious reasons. I think Vladdy's going to win MVP,
Yeah.
so that makes sense to me, obviously.
Yeah. I won't lie though, that I was like looking at him like, wow. Because Freddie Freeman's a dog, proven player. Paul Goldschmidt, reigning MVP. Pete Alonso, dog. And Vladdy, I mean, he's only what, 23? I mean, he's still getting better.
Something like that, yeah.
All right. What position you want to go to next?
Keep working my way around. Go to second base.
Oh, this one was tough for me. Someone you go first, and I'll say. Because I
This
won't.
one, this one is really tough.
Because the
Um,
reason second base was tough for me was just because I'm not 100% sure if each of these players will be their second baseman on their team. But that's how I'm going to start it for now. It is what it is. Don't care. Who's your number 10?
my number 10 is actually going to be Gleyber Torres.
Mine is Jorge Polanco.
Polanco was definitely really close for me. He definitely almost made the cut. But for me, Brandon Lau made the cut at number 9.
My number nine, which I now that thinking looking back on it, I want to say he's not going to be playing second. But I didn't think about it at the time. I had Jake Cronenworth. I think he's probably going to move to first, if I'm not mistaken. But at the time being, I know he's been the second baseman, so I just like said,
I
sure.
also ranked Cronenworth at second base because
Oh, you
I
did do
don't know
that?
what
Okay.
their plan is yet. So you're not alone there.
I didn't really want to put him on the list because he's not even good enough to make the Tigers, but that's what it is.
I still cannot believe that you said that.
All right. And
Definitely
my
baffling to me. Right.
going up from now, I think the rest of mine kind of makes sense, but I'm not sure if you'll.
I
I won't
mean,
lie. There might be one on here that's shocking.
my number 8 was Ozzy Albies.
My number eight's Jonathan India.
Okay, I actually don't mind that. I definitely think India could be solid. I mean, he won Rookie of the Year with a really solid campaign. Um, I mean, he's had a rough year. I mean, everybody had a rough year in Cincinnati last year. It was going to
Except
be one of
Brandon
those
Drury.
things in Cincinnati. Yes, everybody but Brandon Drury, and then he was still good even after he left, which that one really surprised me. No, I mean, I like India. I do. I
Number
definitely
seven.
think it's possible to go higher for him. For me, number 7 with Marcus Semien.
Mine was
Um,
Luis Rise.
I'm just more worried about Semien's age than anything else.
Yeah, I mean his play I think is still fine, and honestly, with the hype around the Rangers and those expectations really make me think, oh, Seager and Simeon and Lowe and all them guys are gonna have to just take the next
Yes.
step and prove that they're there. Did you hear who I had at seven?
Uh, no, who did you say?
Luis Rise.
Oh yeah, yeah, I did hear that. Now I think about
I
it.
mean, dude's a dog. He's gonna get fair playing time. So
He is. I love Luis Ariz.
your number six, because mine might shock you.
My number 6 is Cronenworth.
My number six, Jose Altuve.
Really? At 6?
I think getting up there in age. I mean, a couple years ago he had trouble with defense. He's picked it up recently, but I personally think the rest of my second basemen are better than Jose Altuve. Personally, that's just me. Two of them will shock you, but
That's fair. I had a rise at 5.
that's fair. I
I
mean,
mean,
he's a
his
dog.
his bat just plays so well. I think the power could get better at Marlins Park, to be completely
Yeah.
honest with you.
I have Brandon Lowe at five.
Okay, I like that. I do like that.
He's not even the one that I think will shock you.
Really.
Nope.
I mean, for me at 4, Tommy Edman. Uh,
Ooh, I won't lie. Tommy Edman was on my out. He wasn't even in my top 10. I looked at
really.
him and I'm like, I mean, I know that he was good last year. I won't lie. He's supposed to be probably better this year, but I was like, I don't know. He was kind of him, Polanco were kind of the iffy. Like literally, I think he was like my next man out, if I'm not mistaken. My number four is
That's
Jeff
fair.
McNeil.
Okay. I'm really curious to see what you went with top 3, because 2 of my top 3 you've already said.
All right, who's your number three?
I actually put Altuve at 3.
I mean, I don't know if it's the bias of how much I hate Altuve, but
I mean, I don't like Altuve either, but he can still hit and he can still field. I mean,
yeah.
the legs are slowing down.
Number three,
But the bat still plays.
I put Marcus Semien. I personally think there's a bounce back season and the Rangers hype. I think this will be hopefully this year and next year, and then I think it's just going to kind
I mean,
of.
I definitely think it's possible for sure. It's really going to depend on the Rangers as a whole and whether Semien can stay healthy.
Who's your number two? Because I feel like
Jeff McNeil.
mine's Andres Jimenez.
Who the heck did you put at number 1?
Did you put Jimenez number one?
I did put him as number 1. I think Jimenez
You
keeps
already
going
mentioned
up.
my number one. And my number one's gonna have a comeback, bounce back, dog year. Ozzy Albies, baby.
You put Ozzy always at number 1. That's crazy.
I think
That's a
he's gonna
hot
get
take.
back. He's gonna get back to an all-star form. And I mean, I looked at it and I'm like, if you think about it, Ozzy Albies was a good leadoff hitter for that team a couple years ago, and then he got hurt, and then everyone just like doesn't think about him because they have Riley and Acuna, all
I
those
mean,
guys.
I definitely think about Ozzy, man. I just
Yeah,
I
at number
respect
8.
it. I mean, I definitely think Albies could be really good. Um, I just I definitely think he'll bounce back. I just don't know if he'll bounce back to the level of McNeil, Altuve, Jimenez, Semien for your
Jimenez, I
list.
did put up there because I think he's a dog.
Oh, I
Biased. You
think
put him at number
Jimenez keeps getting
1.
better. I mean, I almost did put McNeil number one. I mean, I really like McNeil's bat for sure, but I think Jimenez, at least right now, he's the second baseman. I think the power is going to play more, especially now that we'll see more National League parks. I think the power will go up. I mean, he's only going to get better from here. I mean, McNeil is going to be the same way. It's kind of like a 1A, 1B for me. So that's second base.
We're heading over to shortstop now.
We're going to go third base. Then
Third
we'll cut
base.
back to shortstop.
I won't lie, my first two will probably really shock you. And I third base, honestly, I think this is just kind of weak. If I'm being real, it's to an
It's
extent.
definitely
If
an
we,
interesting group. It's kind of top heavy.
my number 10 is Josh Young, Texas Rangers.
Okay, I respect it. I respect it. Um, Mine is Jose Miranda for the Twins.
I
I really like Jose Miranda,
no,
man.
I
I think he'd be good.
he was like on the hovering border of mine. I was like, I don't know. But number 9, I honestly think he's gonna have a Brandon Drury type of story. Number 9, Spencer Steer.
I actually really like it. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I don't know
It's
why. I
definitely a
just like
quality pick.
I don't know why in my mind. Like I saw his name, like, you know what? This dude's gonna come in spring, ball out, win the job at third, and I think he could have a monster year.
I do like it. Shoot, what number are we at?
Who's your 9?
Brian Hayes is my number 9.
He's my number 8.
I
I
mean,
think
I
he's
like a Brian Hayes, man.
yeah.
I think it could be. I think it could continue to be good.
I mean, because he's what? I don't even. He's like not even. Is he mid 20s now, or is he still young?
Hayes?
I thought he was younger than. I don't think he's
I
25
think
yet.
he's. I think he's 24.
I know he signed that
I know.
extension, but
Yeah. Well, I mean, he kind of did like the Evan White, Acuna type extension. Why can't I find it? Hayes is 26. He just turned 26 at the end of January.
really, wow.
Yeah. He's been around for a while, I guess. Kind of looking at it.
Did not think that. Who's your number 8 then? I guess
My number 8 is Matt Chapman.
he's my number 7.
My number 7 is Gunnar Henderson.
You know, I didn't put him on either my shortstop or third because I didn't know what position he was going to play.
I think he's going to
So
play third base. I think they're giving Mateo a chance
you
to
do.
see if he could continue being a solid shortstop.
I didn't put him on either because I was like, he's my rookie of the year. I did not know where to put him, but I think he's a dog. I mean, I kind of viewed him as maybe slotting all over. Then maybe eventually, if he does well and someone struggles to be placed somewhere specific, I just didn't know where to put him.
Yeah, I understand that. Oh, hardcore about to sneeze again.
All
I
right,
hate this. I hate
my
this so
number
much.
6. I feel like from here on out, it's kind of a. I feel like the
Yeah,
top
I
6
think it
guys we
should be
have.
cut and dry.
I don't know if we'll have the same order.
Probably not.
I think it's kind of all. Number 6, I have Brick.
That's why I put Bregman too. You're definitely not alone there.
Number 5, Austin Riley.
That's where I put Riley as well.
I was gonna put him at 4, but 4 I put Devers, and I was like,
I also put Devers at 4.
I know our top 3 are mixed just because. Actually, maybe not. Maybe all right. Number 3, I have Nolan Arenado,
That's where I put him. Dead serious.
and let me guess, number 2 Machado, number 1
Uh,
Jose Ramirez.
no, I actually put Jose Ramirez at 2. Manny Machado was my MVP pick.
Ooh,
I gotta stick with it. I
I
love
thought
you, Jose.
you're
It's
biased over
nothing.
here.
It's nothing personal. I can't be biased, man. I gotta go with my true gut. I love my
Jose
guards,
Ramirez, if you
but
see this, this man
true
doesn't love
gut. True gut. I gotta go with my gut, man.
you. Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
I know. It's really wild for me to say out loud. not gonna lie, but
That you don't like Jose Ramirez as much as you like Manny Machado. That's tough.
first off, that's not true. Machado and J Ram, and even with Arenado, that's a closer 1A, 1B, 1C than like Jimenez and McNeil was for me, or anything in the next group was like next group's just chaos because
What
shortstop.
group are we doing?
Shortstop is the next group.
Yeah, this one was insane. All right, who's your number 10? Because I think we're gonna have some differences here.
My number 10 is Tim Anderson.
He was one of the guys off my list.
Well, you said you was one of the guys off your list? Or,
Yeah, I was like, my number 10 is O'Neal Cruz.
he was definitely in that little window of consideration for me. I really like O'Neal Cruz. I do. I think he's going to be a stud for Pittsburgh. Just going to kind of depend on how they perform as a team, really.
Yeah.
Number 9 for me was Bo Bichette.
When I was Jeremy Pena.
Pena was the other one that was right there on the fence for me. Pena and O'Neal Cruz were definitely 11 and 12, to say the least.
Who's your number 8 then?
My number 8, Willie Adames.
I didn't have him either. He was another guy on my list, but my number 8 is Carlos Correa.
You have Correa down at 8? Interesting.
I think there's 7 shortstops have a better year than Carlos Correa.
I mean, I could definitely see it. Um.
I'm not saying he's bad at all. It's not what
Oh
putting him at
yeah,
8 means. But
yeah. No, I know. It's hard. It's such a loaded position to, you know. I'm completely aware.
who's your
Um,
number 7 then?
Number 7 is Dansby Swanson.
Wander Franco.
Yeah, yeah. I had Bronco and Crabbe up a little bit higher. I had Corey Seager at 6. I've always been
Lindor.
a Corey Seager guy. So
I have Frankie Lindor at 6.
well, all right, yeah.
I was like, you get
It's
so quiet on me.
well, it's nothing on your list. I'm just reading my list and I go, who the heck did he have up there? Yeah. There's no, there's nothing on your list. I'm just sitting here trying to process this. I have a cold, so
Who's your
my
number
brain's
5?
functioning slower. Number 5 is Xander Bogaerts.
My number 5 is Dansby Swanson.
Okay, yeah. I Cray at 4.
I have Bo Bichette at 4.
I had Wander Franco at 3.
I have Corey Seager at 3.
I actually had Trey Turner at 2,
I have Xander Bogaerts at 2.
and I had Lindor at 1.
Yeah, you're biased.
No, I think Lindor's gonna bounce back. I do.
I have Trey Turner at 1. I think with Harper being out, I think Trey Turner's going to be that whole team right now.
See, I think it's gonna be Schwarber that steps up. Like, yeah, Trey Turner came in. He's the new $300 million guy in Philly. But I think Schwarber's bat is gonna play up even more than Harper's is because they could easily hit Trey Turner in the one spot and drop Schwarber down, which will not only protect Trey, but it'll protect Schwarber too.
All right. Do you want to go to outfield or do you want to go to pitching?
Let's go to outfield.
Because this one was no specific. It was just outfield.
Outfield in general.
My number
Absolute
10.
Chaos.
I went full bias. Riley Greene.
That is insane bias.
Well, yeah, it's either him or Corbin Carroll.
All right, I know. Before we continue, I forget. Did we do starting pitchers or did we do just pitchers as a whole?
I did starters and then relievers.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. My number 10 was Jazz Chisholm. I think Jazz is going to come in, and I just think Jazz is going to do really well. I do.
The only reason I asked you about him earlier because I was going to put him on my second base list.
That's
Then I was
fair.
like, I mean, are we still putting him in outfield? Because I know he's moving to center, but he is
Yeah.
not on my list. My number 9 is Brandon Nimmo.
Okay. I Nimmo was one of those guys that was really close for me. Um, yeah, I really like Brandon Nimmo. I think him going back to New York is going to play super well. Just very curious to see how the Mets do overall.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
fair. I mean, obviously he's not the only guy there in New York, so I mean, him just kind of
yeah,
slotting in
for
wherever they
sure.
put him is going to help him out. But that's why he's on my list because he's a dog. My number 8 is George Springer.
Did I tell you who my number 9 was? Because I can't remember.
I don't think so.
All right,
I think
my number 9 was Kyle Tucker,
put him
and
at
then
9.
yeah,
All right. Well,
my what?
my number 8 was George Springer then.
Yeah, Springer was another guy that was really close to the top 10 for me. I just couldn't really decide for sure because there's just so many different guys here. My number 8 was actually Fernando Tatis. I think when Tatis comes back, he's going to be really good.
I won't lie to you.
I'm
I
not afraid to
completely
die on that
forgot about
hill.
that man.
Well, see, he was supposed to put it in a shortstop. Otherwise, probably wouldn't have put any thought to it.
Why did they put him at shortstop or outfield? I know he plays outfield.
Well, yeah, they're moving him to the outfield now.
Oh, my number 7 is Aaron Judge.
But Judge is 7.
Yes.
Interesting. My number
I
7 was Julio Rodriguez.
All right. My number 6 was Juan Soto.
My number 6 was Jordan because
I
he
won't
technically
lie.
counts as an outfielder. I mean,
Yeah, I know he plays left a lot. I didn't put him on this list because I kind of view him more as a DH, but I know he's kind of an outfielder. But if I
I
would have known
just
that, he probably would have been. Nah, he's below Riley Green, dude. Riley Green's
I just don't know because like a lot of people are like, yeah, probably DH Michael Brantley just to keep his bat in the lineup because I mean Brantley got hurt because he was playing the field at the end of last year, so I'm really just trying to keep him healthy. Oh my god,
what
oh,
number are
this
we
is
at?
so
5?
hard. Did you say your number 6?
Yeah, Soto.
Oh yeah, hang on. I need to
My
blow
number
my nose.
5
Oh, I
is
blow my top. Hang on, I'm blowing my nose.
Lordy. You dying on me?
I am, bro. I've had a cold for like 3 days. Oh my god. Wow. Hey man, that post breakup life is killing me. All right.
Let's finish up this outfield, and we'll.
You. All right. Your
All
number
right, my
five.
number 5, Kyle Tucker.
Okay, I do like it. I mean, I really like the direction Kyle Tucker's heading for sure.
Yeah, I think he's a lot better than people think, but
I agree. I mean, this is just another one of those positions, especially because we did just the outfield in itself super stacked.
all right, your
For
number
me,
5.
I had Acuna at 5.
Bid, but all right. Number 4, I put Julio. I mean, I know I said he might have a sophomore slump, but it's just my personal bias. But I think if Julio does what Julio is supposed to do, he's definitely a top 5 outfielder.
I mean, I also think that he'll have a sophomore slump, which is why he's down at 7 for me. But I still really like Julio Rodriguez. I actually had Soto at 4. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I have Acuna at 3. So
I had Mookie at 3, and then the top two is really where it got tough for me.
no, number 2 is Mookie. I swear,
Uh,
if your number one not the same as mine, dude, I mean, there's something wrong with you.
our number ones are the same. I put Aaron Judge at two.
Number one's Mike Trout.
Oh, of course.
I
I
was like,
mean,
if you had,
who else is it gonna be?
I thought you were gonna put Miles Straw or Steven Kwan up there because you're being biased.
No, Stephen Kwan's like top 20.
I mean, I was thinking about putting Riley Greene like top two, but I just didn't want to seem a little biased over here. But I wouldn't be wrong if I
Oh
did.
my
But
gosh.
Riley Green's a
I
dog,
don't
and I
even know
mean,
anymore.
he just is. I mean, let's just be real.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's definitely. I don't know. I'm just here at this point. I'm only half functioning.
Do you need tickets for sporting events, comedy shows, and any other events that you're going to? Because we have the deal for you.
Use code HTS with our friends at SeatGeek. SeatGeek is an online app. We all use it. We've all used it before in the past. Use code HTS at checkout to receive $20 off of your first purchase. That's code HTS at checkout for $20 off of your first purchase. I used these to buy Brewers versus Dodgers tickets last summer. I know Brady's used them to buy football tickets before. We love it. It's super easy. It's super convenient. So we encourage you to use it. Use code HTS at checkout for $20 off of your first purchase.
And like we said, that can go to minor league baseball games when that's coming up this season. If you're going to the World Baseball Classic, which is coming up, that would be fun. You can go to that. Spring training games are going to be coming up. You got the NBA. We used it when we went to the Timberwolves Cavaliers game a few months ago. And yeah, you can use it for just about anything. So use code HTS, $20 off your first purchase.
All right. Go ahead.
Getting done with outfield, and I think Riley Greene should still be top two, but it is what it is. So starters or relievers first? Which one to do?
Let's do starters. We'll let the closers close, man.
Okay, fine. Um, Number 10, I had Ramber Valdez. Ramber, I don't know.
Same thing. I had Shane McClanahan at 10.
I honestly didn't even think about him at all. So that sounds kind of messed up, but
There was just a lot of really good starting pitching options.
yeah. Because number 9 I had Zach Gallen. I honestly think he's gonna be a dog.
I had your boy Aaron Nola at 9.
My boy.
Your boy.
That was Aaron Nola, my boy.
I mean, last time we talked, you were all really invested in Aaron Nola.
'Cause I think he deserves that contract extension. Even though I think it's gonna be kind of iffy with all what's coming up right now for the Phillies.
I mean, Andrew Painter, who topped out at 99 today.
My number 8's Max Scherzer. So you're right back into it.
My number 8's Jacob DeGrom.
You
I don't think
disrespectful.
I don't think Jacob DeGrom stays healthy enough to. Plus, I had to put my 2 Cy Young picks up at the top. So
Well, I just kind of winged it and just put who I put. Number 7, Alex Manoah.
oh, I actually didn't have Manoa on my list, and I'm really surprised I didn't. I like Alec Manoa. I just didn't have him on here. I
What
had
really made me
Scherzer at
like
7.
him? What really made me like him was his All-Star appearance where he was mic'd up.
Oh, hey, dude, Alec Manoa is hilarious.
Yeah,
Uh, but yeah, I had Scherzer at 7.
fair. My number 6, I kind of want to put him higher, but I put Corbin Burns.
I was in the same boat, but my number 6 was Otani. I wanted to put him higher, but yeah,
My number 5 is Spencer Strider.
I have him higher, so that's
I
exciting.
know because
Because he was my starting pick for the NL. But I have Garrett Cole at 5.
I didn't even put Garrett Cole on my list.
Really?
I'm not, and again, he's not because he's bad, but he's definitely probably a top 15 at that. But
Yeah.
number 4 is Sandy Alcantara.
I had Burns at 4.
Yeah. Number 3 is Shohei. I mean, I had to put him high up on some list. I mean,
Oh
he didn't
yeah.
do DH, so
I had Alcantara at 3. I did.
My number 2 is Verlander.
So does this mean we had the same number 1? Because Spencer Strider's my number 2. And we had the
Number
same AL
1.
Cy Young pick. So
Number 1, DeGrom.
hold on. Your Cy Young pick didn't make your top 10 list?
I forget who my Cy Young pick was, honestly.
Luis Castillo. That's what my number 1 is.
Honestly, I forgot I picked him. You know
That's
what? My lordy. But he's like another guy. I think I put top 15. But if I'm gonna put as a guaranteed, I think these guys are guarantees. But
Yeah,
I like
that's fair. I'll give you
like
that.
we talked about. I mean, Luis Castillo is not the number 1 guy in Seattle, and he's proven himself. And yes, he's still gonna be my sign pick. But I'm a huge DeGrom fan. Huge Jacob DeGrom fan.
I mean,
that's
don't
what
get me
he's-
wrong. I love Jacob DeGrom as well. I think if we were guaranteed a healthy Jacob DeGrom would be my starting pick. DeGrom would be number 1 on my list. But bro got hurt the first day of pitchers and catchers reporting. I don't trust that yet. I got to see
I
a
still do.
full healthy
He's my
season of Jacob
dog.
DeGrom first.
I won't lie. The whole Castillo thing blew my mind. I was like over my head when I was doing this. So I was just like looking.
Kind of like when I was picking team MVPs and I forgot Jacob DeGrom was on the Rangers now.
Yeah. You know who I am surprised you didn't pick? Shane Bieber on your top 10.
He was another one of those fringe guys for me.
Your boy Biebs or Tristan McKenzie. I mean McKenzie's top 30.
Yeah. He's up there, but not top 10 yet.
No, my
Maybe
number
someday.
one is gonna be
DeGrom.
Tarek Skubal.
I can't with you.
All right, relief pitching. Who's your number 10?
The closes. I actually put Clay Holmes here. I mean, I think coming over from the Pirates last year, going to the Yankees, he definitely outperformed what I thought he would do drastically. But I mean, I think it could stick. Oh no.
My number 10, Alex Lang.
Okay. I mean, I'm okay with it. Alex Lang was one of the guys I considered for 9 and 10. He was up there for me.
I think Alex Lang, now that he's the closer, will finally get the respect he deserves. Will show why the Tigers bullpen is now underrated, which I mean to say that now instead of overrated in the past.
Yeah.
But Lang will be the reason that bullpen is decent. And I think about time he's closing games.
I believe it. I like the pick.
Who is your number 9?
My number 9, Raisel Iglesias.
Oh,
The
he's on the
closer for the
border.
Atlanta Braves. Yeah.
He's the border. I think with being on the Braves, I think he has more stability, where he has more confidence.
Do you remember when he was supposed to be a starter? He started opening day at least once for the Reds.
I feel like I kind of remember this because he was there when Discofani and all that was there.
Yeah, he was came up right at the end of the Cueto, Dave Sclafani, Mike Leake era.
I vividly remember that, yeah. My number 9 is David Bednar.
That's who my number 8 was. I like David Bednar. I think he gets dealt this summer finally.
Yeah. My number
See, though.
8 is Ryan Helsley.
Helsley, yeah, I had Helsley
Helsley.
up higher.
I was going to, but I mean, how I was making my list, I kind of saw it, and I was like, I have better picks higher.
I mean, like, I like Helsley. The thing that definitely sold me on his stuff was watching his All-Star game appearance when he went 102, a 76 mile an hour curveball, and then 103 fastball, which that was just a disgusting sequence, in my opinion. Speaking of dudes that throw hard, the hardest splitter I've ever seen in my entire life, Johan Duran, is my number 7.
Number 7 is Jordan Romano. Toronto.
I like Romano. Romano, he's up there just a tad higher for me.
My number 6, I don't want to say it was a stretch, but I think he's the new closer. But who's your number 6?
Devin Williams is my number 6 in Milwaukee.
He's my number 4, but my number 5 my number 6 is Evan Phillips, Dodgers.
Ooh, I do like Evan Phillips. I haven't seen a whole season of Evan Phillips yet. Excuse me, to like really know for sure. I don't know. The Dodgers, they do so much of, let's get XYZ career minor leaguer, and then just suddenly they're a stud reliever like Phil Bickford. Like, excuse me, how did you suddenly get good? I just don't trust it yet.
We'll see. Who's your number 5?
I had Romano at 5. Jordan Romano.
I have Ryan Presley. I like him in Houston.
I really like Presley. Presley was at 11 for me.
He's a dog. I already told you my number 4, but who's yours?
Wait, so you said Williams was your 4?
Yep.
I have former cohort in crime, Josh Hader is my number 4.
Wow. He's that low for you?
I mean, I wouldn't really call that low considering the top 3.
Number 3 for me is Edwin Diaz.
You had Diaz at 3?
Yeah.
Interesting. I had Hells Bells, Ryan Helsley at 3.
All right, here's your number 2.
My number 2 is Emmanuel Clase.
That's my number 2. I also put the word overrated next to his name because
Yeah, whatever. I love Clase. Probably my favorite player on the team.
So Edwin Diaz is your number 1?
Edwin Diaz is my number 1. Who's your number 1?
Josh Hader, baby.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. You never did say Josh Hader, so that would make sense. I mean, I've always been a Josh Hader guy. His stretch to begin his Padres tenure definitely scared me.
Oh yeah.
He was bad there for the first month. I was like, "Are you okay, bro?" Like,
he'll get a whole year under his belt. Fine.
What's going on?
So actually, my new number 1. This is for you, Brody Pickle. Gregory Soto.
Gregory Soto belongs at the top of. Gregory Soto is the best player in Major League Baseball.
Gregory Soto deserves the boot. I'm sorry, but
he's a Philly now.
As a Tigers fan, Gregory Soto, I'm glad you're gone. You're dead to me.
Did you watch the game that when he blew it against the Padres in extra innings?
I watched so many games. He blew the game, so
that's fair. Well, I was at a game where I watched Gregory Soto blow it against the Padres because he hit a guy, walked a guy, and hit a guy again.
Sounds like him. I remember the game, I think it was Texas, where like the first batter he faced, he hit him in the ribcage. Like, well, there goes our chance.
In Texas, bro, Cody Allen did not remember how to pitch against the Rangers. It was, I don't know why he could ever pitch against the Rangers. Like, whoever else, he was good.
All right, so we got our top 10s out of the way. Honestly, all decent, solid. Even though Riley Greene should be top 2 in outfield, but
you cut it out.
I think we should just wrap it up on spring training so far because we're not quite a weekend. I think Friday has been game.
But by the time this comes out, will be a full weekend.
Full weekend, all right. For about a weekend. I love the Tigers, just getting early leads and then just blowing games in spring training. It's making me so happy.
Okay, so for perspective, everyone, today is Wednesday. Did you see the Athletics Reds game today?
I did not know.
So the Athletics were up. Let me count here. So the Athletics were up 6-4 going into the 8th, all right? The Athletics put up 4 in the top of the 8th to go up 10-4. The Reds put up 10 runs in the 8th to go up 14-10. But then Oakland put up another 4 runs at the top of the 9th to end with a tie at 14.
Lord have mercy. I'm looking at stat-wise for the pitcher.
That is crazy.
Oh, my Lord. The pitcher for – who is this? I never heard his name. For Oakland.
There were 18 pitchers in that game between the two teams.
25-year-old Trayson Kubo. One time I'll probably ever talk about your name on this. Pitched 2/3 of an inning, 5 hits, 6 runs, 6 earned runs, 3 walks.
Yeah, poor guy's ERA is 81.
Lord have mercy.
There were quite a
Well,
few ties today.
the one
Boston and Houston tied, Philly and Minnesota tied, Tampa Bay and Atlanta tied.
Well, that's that guy sounds bad, but someone named Jorge Juan didn't even pitch a third inning, give up a hit, 4 runs, 4 earned runs, 3 walks.
Yeah, bro, that's
Now the Tigers
oh.
are
I was gonna make a Mudheads reference from last season, and now I can't remember which guy it was. I wanted to say Sam Howard, but at the same time, I don't think it was Sam Howard.
you know who honestly I think has looked good so far, who I know I'm gonna assume will be in
Is
Toledo
this for the
to start.
Tigers or in general? Oh, you said
Tigers,
Toledo.
but
Okay.
I think will probably could be in the mud hens.
Okay.
Kervin Castro.
Yeah, I think Carter Castro will be in Toledo for sure.
He's pitched 2 innings. I won't lie, he's looked good both those innings. So
Yeah, who's looks
like
good though?
for who, Toledo or Detroit?
Yeah, Miguel Diaz picked up a second hold, a second scoreless appearance, picked up another 2Ks today. He's looked good.
You know, who also has looked good. The Rule 5 pick, Mason Englert, whatever his name is.
Yeah, man, he did a
Pitched
good
4
job today.
innings, 5 strikeouts.
Oh, you know who
But
didn't do a good job today?
Ronnie,
Ronnie Garcia.
I'm looking at it now. Jake Higginbotham, he's not looking bad.
He's an interesting piece. I definitely think he could be a lefty reliever.
You know who's
Either
balled
in
out for the
Toledo or Erie.
Tigers?
Who?
Eric Haas. He's looking good right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, Haas is swinging a hot bat right now for
And
sure.
our boy Akil Badu.
Hey man, speaking of catchers, Jake Rogers hit a bomb the other day.
Badu.
I definitely thought that the lineup that they rolled out today to start the game, I definitely think. I mean, I don't know if they're going to break camp with Cesar Hernandez, but I mean, if he does, I definitely think that's a lineup that you could see this year. I mean, Veerling, Scope. I think Scope at third was definitely interesting.
Work has struggled. Work is out.
Hey man, I feel so bad for him. If he ends up being I'm not even gonna say it. Torque, I love you too much to say that. I'm just not even gonna
Come
use
to
that word.
Toledo.
No, because I mean, for Torque's sake, I want Torque to be able to just go up and pound the ball right away. I mean, who knows? Maybe he's still just knocking the rust off, trying to come back confident this year. I mean, yeah, as a Guardians fan, I really don't want Torque to dunk over my franchise. But I mean, knowing Torque personally, I want him to do well.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
One of the players who was going to probably be on the mud ends this year is going to be off for a while.
Oh,
Steel Walker fractured his hand today.
oh man, rip.
Hit by a pitch. Oh, it was the game against the Blue Jays. Actually, not today.
Oh yeah, I saw. I thought I saw that he came out of the game the other day. Oh yeah, that was yesterday.
Well, Reese Olson's day today with a left abdominal soreness. Tariq Skubal, he's out. Wensiel
Hey man,
Perez.
Parker Meadows looks good, bro.
I'm hoping they just do with that injury. Maybe he's coming to Toledo. Let him come to Toledo, baby. Let him come to Toledo. Let's go.
I think Parker
Let's
Meadows
go.
is in Toledo regardless, man.
I hope. I mean, with that injury, which no offense
Parker
to Steel
Meadows is
Walker.
gonna start every day for Toledo.
Oh my lord. Get all these prospects just in Toledo. It's gonna be heaven working there.
All right, so real talk. Does Zach Short get DFA'd?
I want to say he's not playing bad this spring, so I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, I agree. He's not playing bad, but he's out of options.
he
So
could be a bench
he's
player.
usually
I think
walking a tire. I mean, I agree. I like Zach Short. Great person, great player. I just him not having any options really worries me in terms of his future breaking camp.
if we DFA him, if we don't, I can honestly see the Dodgers claiming him if he has a
I
good
can see,
spring.
yeah, I can see somebody claiming him for sure. I still think Paul DeYoung will end up on the Dodgers, to be completely honest.
Yeah, I Dodgers need something. I mean, they could definitely use Miguel Rojas, but
Yeah, I wouldn't be comfortable starting Miguel Rojas as my everyday shortstop. I don't know why the Marlins did it for so long, but they did. I don't know. I'm just kind of here at this point. I don't run the teams. I just talk about them. Oh, the Tigers M&Ms.
oh yeah.
Do you have anything else?
I mean, not too much going on in spring training. I mean, it's early, like we were saying. I mean, it's kind of early for really far judgment, but I'm excited. Baseball's back this month, regular season.
Let's go, baby. Grind starts soon.
Showtime.
Showtime is correct.
Alrighty. I'm good if you're good. I like how this went.
Oh yeah, another awesome episode. Thanks for tuning in to Double Barrel Action. Be sure to use code HTS on SeatGeek. Shout out Drew Siferd Racing. Yeah, Owen's kind of dancing his way out of here over there. But yeah, be sure to check out all of our other episodes. Be sure to check out Hot Take Sports, the parent company, all of their episodes. And yeah, be sure to leave us a like, comment. Just let us know if you think our takes are bad. I promise we won't get offended. We'll just talk about it next episode. Thanks for listening,
I
and we'll
mean,
see you next time.